taking rap serious since I was a teenager in high school. I used to go buy 12-inch records for Music Revolution just for the instrumental. And I would run home and bring the instrumental and put it on my turntable and start writing my own raps to the instrumental. Like as early as I can remember, I Got More Rhymes by Young MC. I took that, I bought that 12-inch, I brought it home and started writing. And then I started writing and performing my stuff, testing out my material at backyard parties.
I live my life in the shadows of destruction, chaos and corruption, breathing and hustling, kicking up dust like something disgusting. It's magic, every single microphone that I'm touching. Plus, create a brand, something that you can trust in. With gratitude, or you can get attitude adjusting. I don't gang bang, I'll shoot back bang bang. It's like a boomerang, give and get back the same thing. Cause in these streets we just breathing and hustling. No match for me cause I'm much too much with California style. It ain't up for discussion, so don't act surprised when Eastside starts rushing.
In the early 90s, I became a dancer for Lighter Shade of Brown. I was their tour dancer, and I traveled around the country and hit all the spots. We performed for thousands of people at a time. Not only did I dance for them, I danced for a group called Street Mentality as well. Made a lot of relationships when I was on the road. Went up to every radio station. Any interview that I could go with them to, I'd go up in the radio station with them. Any in-store signing, anywhere that I could be at, I tried my best to be at. And made a lot of relationships with a lot of DJs. And from that point, I started working for record labels. I worked for Thump Records, Delicious Vinyl, and Virgin Records. I also hooked up with the Far Side. I was hanging out with the Far Side before they ever got their record deal. Actually, I was there when Paul Stewart, whose name is DJ P, actually walked in and signed them off their demo to Delicious Vinyl. Jay Swift was the producer, and he was doing beats for me at the time when Far Side got signed. We used to go and kick it with Freestyle Fellowship all the time. And it was us in the Far Side and my homeboy Buckweed, or Buck 50 now. He was part of the Wascals. That was all of us. We were from Inglewood. It was like a ghetto school of the arts, if you will. That's what we called it. We called it SCU, South Central Unit. Came to the realization that I never should have stopped doing what I was doing in the first place. And I started writing again. I had a lot of free time. I stopped working for the record labels. I went through a lot of personal experiences that drove me to that point, but I just threw everything on the shelf and started writing and rhyming and getting back to the art of things versus behind the scenes and being the marketing person and the manager and whatnot. Rep Records is an independent record label based out of Whittier, California. If we have any mission statement, or I guess our mission would be to put out underground, independent hip-hop, but in a professional way. I feel as if there's a lot of kids that put together records. I mean, with technology nowadays, you can put together a record in the bedroom, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's quality. And I guess what we're trying to do is put out quality product at an independent level. You know, we're not making any over-the-top, quote-unquote, sell-out hit records, but we are making quality professional records in a professional way. Everything sonically is going to be mixed down. Everything's going to sound the way that a record should be, but creatively we're going to be representing Whittier, California, Los Angeles. So far on the roster, it's been Gifted Born Wisdom, me, Brandoe the Younger, and Jaws of Death. My whole album was produced by Coach Carter, aka Dustin Klugman, with the exception of a couple tracks was produced by my boy Pete. But the production company and the record label is called Rep Records, and Rep Records consists of Pete, Eric, and Rashad. We all have ties to each other from childhood. We all grew up in Whittier, and we're just older now and in a position to put out records, and that's what we're doing. The title of the Brandoe the Younger album is called Breathing and Hustling. I called the album Breathing and Hustling because recently I was involved in a car accident where I was hurt really bad. I punctured my lung, I busted my collarbone, shattered my spleen, broke my pelvis, lacerated my liver, blah blah blah. I was in the hospital for about 21 days. And when I came out of the hospital, I felt that was a right title for the album, because I'm still breathing, I'm still here hustling.
Better not give up, breathing and hustling. Gotta keep fighting, breathing and hustling. You're gonna make it, breathing and hustling. If not, die trying, breathing and hustling. Better not give up, breathing and hustling. Gotta keep fighting, breathing and hustling. You're gonna make it, breathing and hustling. If not, die trying, breathing and hustling. Step into my neighborhood strapped, always rolling deep. Anytime, day of the week, night or day, Barbosa's Creek. Banging they drums to the rhythm of a gangster beat. With gangster speed, getting what a gangster needs. Dirty deeds, and they're done dirt cheap. Keep that 45 heat tucked under my seat. Swerving suburban streets, serving every fiend I meet. Never miss a beat, misery ain't company that I keep. I'm a hip-hop thugster, since I was a youngster. I always sold dope out my garage like a drugstore. Some people play the game and don't know what the fuck for. Got my whole city standing waiting for an encore.
All the artists that I've been running into lately, I ask the same question. Their means of promotion, because it seems like and having a record label background, nobody knows. There is no conventional way of putting out a record nowadays with the internet. The internet has been a blessing and a curse all at the same time. I'm really just trying to tread water and figure it out as we go along. I mean, we're going to do the conventional standard stuff. We're going to press a CD. We're going to make flyers, poster boards, T-shirts, and do as many shows as possible. But as far as having a master plan and knowing exactly what the landscape of the industry is, I have no idea. It's going to be a learning experience as we go along. You know what I mean? But I'm in it for the long run, and I'm here to learn from an artist perspective and figure out how kids are going to start buying records nowadays, if they're going to be buying records at all. You know? Brandoe the Younger is derived from an old Roman senator named Pliny the Younger. So if you want to Google Pliny the Younger, Google Pliny the Younger and find out about this guy. I modeled myself, or named myself, basically after him, because he was a Roman senator, he was intellectual, he was an artist, he wrote, he basically documented the fall of Rome, and basically his writings discredit the existence of Jesus. So I see myself as Pliny the Younger, but in the new world, not in the old world, but in the new world. And you know, I have issues with religion, and I have issues with politics, and I have issues with a lot of things that we're subjected to and are shoved down our throats. And Pliny the Younger is just, he was the man to me, so that's who I modeled my name after. The overall message of my album is education. Education from a street level. I mean, I don't pretend to be anything that I'm not. I don't gangbang, but at the same time, I mean, when you grow up in a certain environment and all those things are around you, like I mentioned earlier, we go to backyard parties and grab the mic and rap, and some fool next to me who happens to be rapping and representing his gang gets stabbed in the nuts. You know what I mean? Those things play an effect on you, you know, and those are personal life experiences that you can't deny, that they're yours, you know, regardless if you're involved in that lifestyle or not. And I think what you get from my album is you get enlightenment, but from a street perspective. I'm not here saying that I'm all thugged out and I do this dirt and that dirt and run with these people, but I can't deny the experiences that I've been through growing up where I grow up.
It's in my nature to evolve and prosper and know my higher self like a Jamaican Rasta. I'm not a fake imposter, I'm a true revolutionary with a weapon in mind for every single youth to carry.
Brandoe the Younger, just look for me, man. I'm gonna be somewhere near you, and when you see me, come up to me and let me know what's up. And I'm gonna be in a neighborhood near you, performing, doing my show. Check me out on my MySpace, check out the album. It'll be out there whether you buy it or it's bootleg. Find it.
I live my life in the shadows of destruction, chaos and corruption, breathing and hustling, kicking up dust like something disgusting. It's magic, every single microphone that I'm touching.